Yo, what up? Peace to the people. It's the God Resurrection with I Design Myself podcast, where we all about doing the knowledge and getting the knowledge. Then we take that and we live it out. That's called wisdom. Understanding is the best part because it allows you to see things for what they are and not what they appear to be. So with that being said, don't be so quick to manifest. Bless who you want to bless. Get the gold mine before you get the gold mine. So we interviewing the best artists, entrepreneurs, fathers, mothers. Matter of fact, this straight up good people right here in VA, Tidewater. Shout out to North Philly. Yo, we all about process and progress. I design myself. Peace. Okay. What up? Peace to the people. We got the God Resurrection right here. This is the I Design Myself podcast, sponsored by Good Ear Streaming. Shout out to Good Ear Streaming. So, today we got the beautiful, the talented, the intelligent, significant Miss. Yeah, because I always get the name wrong. Like, I got to thank Anita and thank Tanita.
Right,
Tanita Brinkley.
Yes.
So we got Tanita Brinkley in the building.
Yes.
Owner, president of Tanita Brinkley Enterprises.
Yes.
And also Secure the Bag Conference.
Yes.
So we bring her on the scene once again with I Design Myself podcast. So go ahead and just tell the people who you are once again and what you got going on.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I am Tanita Brinkley, owner of Tanita Brinkley Enterprises, which is a small business accounting services firm. So I work with small businesses from the start and the finish. Well, not the finish because, it ain't finished, but just throughout the life of their business. I am also the founder of the Secure the Bag Conference, and we are on year 3.
Yeah.
3 of the Secure the Bag.
Yeah.
Yep. So this year we are expecting to leave a great impact amongst entrepreneurs because the conference is about spreading motivation and inspiration.
Yeah.
Because morale is low when it comes to owning a business at this time, especially because of the pandemic. So it was perfect opportunity for us to spread motivation throughout the 757.
Yeah, no question about that. And I had the pleasure of being there for the second Secure the Bag Conference, and that was definitely a success.
Thank you. You were a sponsor, right?
I came
through as a sponsor, so I appreciate I Design Myself for sponsoring.
Yeah. So look, my question is in regards to Secure the Bag Conference, as well as your business, like what's some of the things that inspire you and how you come up with Secure the Bag Conference, like what is it about?
Okay, so it's a couple of things. There's a couple of answers to that one question.
Mm-hmm.
So I could tackle it from a positive and from a negative. So I'll start with the positive. So the positive is just me seeing. See, I'm a small business accountant, and I see the impact of when morale is low.
Yeah.
People need hope. They need inspiration. They trying to find their next ounce of something that's going to give them that push to just keep their business afloat. Sometimes it's about money. They need a little cash, but sometimes it's just hope that they need. So the best way I thought about bringing hope is by just showing successful entrepreneurs' journey, letting it be known like, yes, they are successful, but there were some pitfalls along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you're not alone in wherever you are in your journey. And I could resonate because at the time when the idea came about, I was one of those people who had low morale when it came to pushing my business. But that spark of just wanting to push this conference just brought it all back to life for myself and a lot of people. A lot of people that were involved with the event, they came to me with their testimonies like, man, before this conference, I haven't been posting to my Instagram, or my sales were low, clientele was low. But then once I got on this event, it just pushed me to want to just bring it back to life. And, now I'm back to profiting and everything like that. So that's part of the reason. But then personally, I was going through some stuff personally too. So at the time, my morale for pushing my business was low. And then at the same time, I'm facing turmoil in my personal life. It just had me feeling like, look, if I'm feeling like hope is almost gone, I know there's a lot of people that are also, kind of in the same, just kind of, mood or whatever. So I felt like it was for me at first. Secure the Bag Conference was for me. I'm never going to be a speaker at the event. I'm not the one doing the motivating. I'm lifting as I climb. So the platform that was created was to bring other successful people to motivate us, you know, because we the ones who want the motivation so that we can keep going. I just tell people all the time, no matter how successful you are, there's always room for more motivation or a person that...
More growth,
Exactly. And you can learn from someone else who is just doing something magnificent.
Okay. So going through that term, or what's some of the things, some of the qualities that you feel is needed in order to go through hell and come out right and, you know, still be a successful person? Because a lot of women, a lot of men also... sometimes they fall short or they stop halfway through because they facing that hell, that struggle, or that turmoil.
Yes.
So what's some things that you've done to pull yourself out of it?
Yeah.
To, you know, keep thriving, striving, and providing.
Yes. Okay. That's a good question. Some things that I've done in order to come out of the whole turmoil phase was definitely sticking by like-minded people. I had to always be around motivation, because when you by yourself, when you alone, you island, you go into some kind of sunken place where, you know, you lack motivation and there's nothing around you to just give you that spark of inspiration. So I had to be around people who inspire me. And they became my friends, you know, so I created a tribe of just people that are like-minded, that I look up to, like, okay, you doing great things and I know I'm capable of doing great things, so let's connect together so we can push each other to keep being great.
Give you that charge.
Yes.
That charge that you need. Yeah.
And be amazing accountability partners too, because once they start seeing, look like you going back to that old place, they're going to pull your coattail and remind you how great you are and actually give you ideas and push you to your greatness. I need people like that around me. So once I realized that, it just clicked to me like, okay, I need to be around a certain type of people in order for me to get where I'm going, because the energy suckers, the people that are, you know, just up, not on my wave.
I could,
you know,
they're having fun in their own zone.
Exactly.
And sometimes that could be
a distraction.
Exactly. It could take away from where you want to go.
Right.
You know, I was telling the Bull Pit earlier, you know, how we was taught, especially myself and the Nation of Guys and Nerve, we was taught to add and multiply. And a lot of people is taught, even through parenthood, being children, to divide and subtract. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes the people that we meet, they subtract from us. You know what I mean? They divide, so they taking away from the best part.
Yes.
And now all you have is the worst part or the poor part.
Wow.
So when you get around like-minded people, they going to add to whatever you...
Exactly.
And then you come together, it's multiplied. Just like those events, you know, secure the Bag Conference.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the third one coming up.
Yes.
So I know at the second one you had Yandy there.
Yes.
You know, and now, you know, you pushing it up a step further.
You know.
But not to say, you know,
I mean,
Yandy is, you know, whoever better. You know, I'm just saying.
Right.
You know, you growing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thank you. Thank you for
you
that.
growing. So take us through the journey, like from Yandy to Rashida.
Okay, so look, everybody think that there's some kind of like specific journey about it. I promise you, it was like bumping into the will of God. I definitely like Rashida and I've liked her for a while, but I will not sit here and say like, oh yes, I just always knew that she was going to be the next one. Yeah. No. So let's backtrack a little bit. So the second conference I had Yandy. Yeah. Right, and that went so well because the reason I say it went so well is because not only did she leave an impact, positive impact, she left that inspiration that I was hoping for by telling her story, because her story wasn't all glitz and glammy. Like, she started out cleaning bathrooms and offices for Mona Scott for free. Yeah. So that was motivation right there, because her being a millionaire now, but starting off providing cleaning services, that's not even what she went to school for. Yeah. So just looking at all that, right, that left a good impact, because it showed people you can start from the bottom and really make it somewhere by pushing yourself out there, even when it's uncomfortable. But in addition to that, she and we actually continued our relationship on from there. It didn't stop there. So, because some people look at it, well, I mean, you booked her to come to the conference, so of course she's going to come and show up and show out. But for me, it was what took place after the conference.
Exactly.
the seeds that she continued to drop on me, the jewels she was dropping after the event was even over.
She felt that energy, because
yes.
if it wasn't, she'd just be like, get out of here, and that's keep it moving.
Yes. So by me being connected to her, long story short, she had a grand opening. She opened up a new restaurant in Atlanta.
Okay.
And a few friends of mine and myself, we went out there to go support her. So she had a very small guest list. So I like to believe because of that relationship, we was able to get on that guest list. So lo and behold, we in there moving and shaking with all the Love and Hip Hop cast, all her friends and family. And it was just like, wow, for me to be in a room like this, it just was so empowering because the connections I was able to make. And one of those connections was Rashida.
Okay.
When she came in the building, I was like, oh, is that Rashida? Like, I love her. So it was one of those things where I was like, oh, snap, I saw a star. So she was so cool. She was humble. I saw her husband there. Kurt was there, you know.
And look, that's what you read about. I was about to say, because I tried to stop watching Love and Hip Hop, but I'm saying, I know they was going through.
They was going through some things.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he showed up and showed out, you know, looking spiffy like he do or whatever. So, and it was dope because she was real receptive. And I just let her know, like, hey, I'm emailing you. I'm about to email you to see if you could be on my conference. She was like, okay, well, I'm going to definitely be back in touch or whatever so we can make that happen.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, snap, this is going down. So I said all that to say I didn't have a specific plan for Rashida to be the one. Yeah. But at the same time, when I got to Yandy's grand opening and I met her, networking is what caused that connection to happen. So that's why I'm so big on networking. People be like, well, I mean, why should I go to the Secure the Bag conference? Because being in a room of other like-minded people and people who are just on levels that you aspire to be at, you should always want to be in those types of rooms because you never know the type of connection that you can make to catapult you to your next level. Or even a connection that can just connect you with someone else that'll get you somewhere you're trying to go. But it takes networking and not being afraid to put yourself out there and shake hands with people that you wouldn't normally shake hands with.
Exactly. Open yourself up, not really speaking to people you already know.
Right.
You know, because, it's about being innovative, you know, and with the story you just gave, the journey you just talked about, the process is a prime example of the mathematical equation is adding and multiplying. You know what I mean? You just multiply everything, and 5 years from now, there's no telling what this relationship, you know, between you and Rashida will go. Yeah. She gonna invite you to something else, and next thing you know, you're gonna be meeting Beyonce, and then I'm gonna be interviewing about Beyonce. You gonna be saying, yeah, Jay was right there.
Right, he was right there, you know.
You know, so that's how life goes.
And yes, and I call that bumping into the will of God, and that's how I really feel like this took place. It transpired just by a thought, by idea, and meeting the right people and being in the right rooms amongst those people, and God worked.
So who can we know Rashida coming? So what other type of entrepreneurs and great men and women can we expect to be in the building? Man,
okay, because that's my favorite part. I'm glad you mentioned that because yes, Rashida's a celebrity and all that stuff, but the local entrepreneurs are the biggest celebrities to me. Because these are the ones that are locally in the trenches, that are working every day to, you know, satisfy clients. They're the ones who are really keeping our economy flowing locally and overall globally, for real. So definitely you're going to see a lot of local entrepreneurs, heavy hitters in the 757, people who are trailblazing, people who have businesses and nonprofits. So they give back to their community through their services and through just philanthropy. So I didn't really want to say all the names because I didn't want to leave nobody out, but we definitely going to have some people that you need to know.
Okay. When it comes to your Instagram, when it comes to your Facebook, like, you know, drop the Facebook, drop the info. Where can they find you?
Okay. They can find me on Facebook, Secure the Bag Conference LLC, because, you know, it is a business.
Yeah, true.
Tanita Brinkley Enterprises LLC. You can find me personally, Tanita Janice. That's Tanita, Janice, Janice. But look, we also on Instagram too, at Tanita Brinkley, at Secure the Bag VA, 2 up, 2 down. I specify VA for a reason too, because I wanted to kind of, you know, drop a little nugget on here that we thinking about taking the Secure the Bag conference on the road.
Okay, hey, that'll be real big.
And you know what's crazy? I know normally people say, don't talk about your moves before you make them. So it's in the making and stuff like that, and we don't have any solid dates just yet. But I just want to drop that note, because when we look at this a year from now, and we look back and be like, wow, she's been talking about this since last year. And when it happened, I'm a firm believer of putting things out there in the atmosphere. The devil cannot stop what God has blessed. Exactly. You know what I mean?
You write your history in advance.
Exactly, period.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid to talk about how Yandy is the one who actually dropped that seed. She's the one who said, hey, sis, so we doing the tour? So now we are in conversation about partnering up about this thing.
Add and multiply. You know what I mean?
So I said that to say, so don't be afraid to just talk certain business talk with people, because once upon a time I used to be afraid to tell my ideas to somebody who I thought was bigger than me, because they would take my idea or not give me credit. But sometimes you have to be willing to take a risk, because when it comes down to it, didn't Jay-Z just make a comment? He said you can own 100% of a company doing nothing, or 10% of $1 trillion company. Come on now. So trying to keep something to myself, keeping my hands closed, won't open the door for any blessings. So I'm excited. Hopefully everything work out well with that. When we sit back down a year from now and we look back at this video, my prayer is that major progress has been made, and it is on the road, because that's what's in the making right now.
Yeah, true indeed. It's I Design Myself podcast, where once again we got Tanita Brinkley, Enterprise, Secure the Bag conference is coming. What's the date?
October the 8th, 2022 at the Chesapeake Conference Center. You can get tickets online at www.securethebagconference.com.
Okay, that's what's up. And before we go, let me get a nugget. Let me get a jewel, something you want to leave to the men, the women, the children.
Yes.
Just give them the best part of you, which is your mind.
Okay. Ooh, okay. The best part of me, which is my mind. Look, I just want to let everybody know that I know this from experience, that you can never go wrong with betting on yourself and taking a leap of faith. Every time an idea comes to your mind, that it gives you that burning sensation that you just feel like, look, this the one. And you keep on bumping into the will of God. You seeing things in the universe just moving in your favor to bring that thing into fruition. Then I say go for it. Go for it. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's a leap of faith. So it cannot fail. You just be consistent and don't look down, because this is a straight road.
Yo, you heard it from the beautiful sister, Tanita Brinkley, owner of Tanita Brinkley Enterprise, LLC. So look, one thing about the universe bless certain people with a thing called the vision. And once you get the vision, can't nobody take it away from you. No matter what you go through, no matter if you have or don't have a fortune, once you get that vision, you can't turn it off and you can't block it.
Wow.
So just embrace it and go after your dreams, your goals, your ideals, like she was just talking about. And once again, it's I Design Myself podcast, sponsored by Good Air Streaming. Peace.